Interesting topic. I saw people talk about it on TikTok, and I've always been interested too. I wanted to talk about a case with you guys, which it's wild. Feral children are technically, I mean, when I say it, you think of Tarzan, right? That's kind of what comes to mind. Someone who is raised in the woods, someone who's raised by wolves, bears. There's actually a Wikipedia list of all of the different categories of feral children. And it's not just feral children, it's feral children raised by sheep. There was one that was raised by ostriches. It's
For
just,
real?
yeah, a bunch of humans that were raised by different animals that were not humans. And this causes there's obvious reason to be fascinated by this topic, which I think, you can't even blame yourself for being fascinated, because it has the world's question, the main question of nature versus nurture. What happens to a human when they're completely detached from other humans? They're not socialized, they're away from technology, they are raised by other species. Are they still considered human? Yeah, they are, like in the eyes of the law, but do they still act as a human? Do they, technically identify as a human? Do they feel comfortable around humans later on? What happens? Especially now that with the research, we know how formative years, like the first couple years of your life, so important. Did you know the first couple years of your life are not only so important for your mental and physical and emotional health later on, but so important to your language abilities? Like any animal, that is when you learn to communicate with your species. It's like the first couple of years of your life. If you were abused the first couple of years of your life, it might actually be harder for you to learn like the language that your parents speak. It's a thing. It's so fascinating. I mean, I didn't think that, because you don't learn to talk till you're like, what, I don't know, 2? So I never thought language had anything to do with it. I thought you're just trying to survive and you got like a jiggly neck. My sister just had a kid, so I know all about this jello neck right now. That's all I'm hearing about, okay? She has to be put down on her stomach so that she can like learn to lift up her own neck. And I'm like, I didn't even know that. I didn't know babies couldn't lift up their own neck. That is news to me, okay?
You pop out of your mouth knowing how to lift your neck?
Strong neck. That's why I got necklines. That's what I tell myself. So far, studies have shown that if you are a feral child, if you were raised by non-humans, if you were raised by wolves or anything like that in the wilderness, then a lot of the times one of the biggest struggles that you face is learning communication. Even if you were found by humans, maybe when you're like 6 years old, for you to even learn a language is close to nearly impossible, is what it sounds like. Like, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. It's just